Hello everyone, my name is Prajjwal Chauhan and I'm working as a legal intern in LEXIS and Company for the month of July. The topic for this video is legal realism, American and Scandinavian. First off is American realism. The ultimate aim of American realism is to reform the law. They recognize the fact that the same cannot be done without understanding it. They are interested in studying the law as it is and not as it ought to be. This is something that they have in common with the positivists. Furthermore, they seek to understand the law by taking into consideration the sociological factors. They adopt an empirical approach to study of the law. Now, let's take a look at some proponents of American realism. First one is Gray, 1839 to 1915. John Chipman Gray is considered to be one of the mental fathers of realist movements. Although known to be an analytical jurist, Gray considered the judiciary and not the legislature to be the most important source of law. He admitted the crucial role played by non-judicial factors such as personality and prejudice of the judge while delivering the judgment. Gray is complimented for laying down a solid groundwork upon which many of the most important ideas of American realism are currently resting. Another proponent of American realism is Justice Holmes. Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. is famous for his bad man's theory, which looked at a law from a criminal's perspective. Law, according to him, is meant for potential criminals or the bad man. He took note of the various definitions of law based on principles of ethics, morality, and natural law, and rejected all of them, stating that the bad man only cares about what the courts will do if he commits certain acts. Such precedents or prophecies regarding the actions of the court is known as the law. He believed in the complete separation of law and morals. He was interested in studying law as it is. Legal history, according to him, should only be studied to analyze the relevance of certain historical laws in contemporary times. His definition of law as prediction resulted in the increased importance of litigation and lawyers in the field of law. His approach towards law can be said to be empirical and pragmatic. Though his literary works and the writings as a judge of the Supreme Court of America, Holmes brought about a significant amount of change in the overall attitude towards the law. Now, let's take a look at Scandinavian realists. Professor Dias is of the view that there is no school of Scandinavian realism, since the people belonging to such groups have certain differences among themselves. The approach of the Scandinavian realist towards the law is more abstract and philosophical, unlike that of American realism. It strongly criticizes the metaphysical ideas of law. Scandinavian realists have played an important role in rejecting the ideas of the schools of natural law. One of the main proponents of the Scandinavian realism was Alex Hagestad. He is regarded as the spiritual father of the Scandinavian realists. He was a philosopher who strongly criticized the metaphysical foundation of law. Much of his work is a critique of the errors in jurists' thoughts and writings. His analysis is conceptual, historical, physiological, and not empirical like that of American realists. He reviews the attempt made by the various jurists to find empirical foundations of rights and rejects all of them. He stressed upon the philosophical significance of right. Another proponent is Oliver Crone. Law, according to Professor Oliver Crone, does not require any specific definition. He sought to investigate the law and not the nature of law, since such an examination of nature of law would require an assessment to be made with regards to what it is. He insisted on examining facts rather than making assumptions. According to him, the law has a binding force so as long as it is valid. The moment it loses its validity, it loses its binding force. Thanks a lot for listening patiently. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel.